The Journey of Buddha. A long time ago, in a land of green mountains and golden rivers, there was a prince named Siddhartha Gautama. He lived in a magnificent palace filled with music, laughter, and endless luxury. His father, the king, wanted Siddhartha to have a perfect life. He kept him away from pain, sadness, and anything unpleasant. But deep in Siddhartha's heart, he always felt something was missing. He had everything: wealth, servants, a beautiful wife, and a newborn son. Yet, he often looked out of the palace windows at the world beyond. What lies outside these walls, he wondered. One day, Siddhartha convinced his charioteer to take him beyond the palace gates. What he saw there changed his life forever. First, he saw an old man, hunched over and struggling to walk. "What is wrong with him?" Siddhartha asked. The charioteer explained, "This is old age. It happens to everyone." Next, they passed a sick man lying on the ground, groaning in pain. Siddhartha's heart ached. "Why is this man suffering?" he asked. The charioteer said, "This is illness. No one can escape it." Then, they came across a funeral procession. People were crying as they carried a lifeless body. "What is this?" Siddhartha whispered, his voice trembling. The charioteer replied, "This is death. It is the fate of all living beings." Finally, Siddhartha saw a monk walking calmly, his face peaceful despite having nothing. "Who is that man?" he asked. The charioteer answered, "He is a seeker, searching for truth and freedom from suffering." That night, Siddhartha couldn't sleep. The images of old age, sickness, and death haunted him. He realized that no amount of wealth or pleasure could protect him from suffering. He decided to leave the palace, his family, and his royal life to search for a way to end suffering, for himself and for all people. In the dead of night, Siddhartha kissed his wife and son goodbye and quietly left the palace. He exchanged his fine robes for a simple cloth and began his journey as a seeker. For 6 years, Siddhartha wandered through forests and villages, learning from wise teachers and practicing extreme self-denial. He ate so little that his body became thin and weak, yet he still did not find the truth he was looking for. One day, Siddhartha sat under a large fig tree, later called the Bodhi Tree, near the town of Bodh Gaya. He decided, "I will not move from this spot until I find the answer to ending suffering." He meditated for days, his mind calm and focused. During this time, he faced great challenges. Mara, the Lord of Desire, tried to distract him with illusions of fear, temptation, and doubt. But Siddhartha remained steadfast, his heart full of determination. As the morning star rose one day, Siddhartha's mind became clear. He saw the truth about life, suffering, and how to overcome it. He realized that suffering is caused by desire and attachment, and the way to end it is through a path of balance and compassion. He had attained enlightenment. From that moment, Siddhartha became the Buddha, which means, the awakened one. Buddha spent the rest of his life teaching others what he had learned. He traveled from village to village, speaking to kings and peasants alike. His teachings became known as the Dharma, and he showed people the Noble Eightfold Path, a way of living with wisdom, kindness, and mindfulness. Buddha's message was simple yet profound: life is full of challenges, but peace and happiness are possible if we let go of greed, anger, and ignorance. When Buddha was 80 years old, he lay down under 2 trees and prepared for his final journey. His followers wept, but Buddha comforted them. "Everything that arises must pass away," he said. "Be a light unto yourselves." And so, Buddha entered into nirvana, leaving behind a legacy of wisdom and compassion that continues to inspire millions to this day.